South Korea, controversy over the grounds for impeaching President Yoon Suk Yeol.
Mike Johnson re-elected as House Speaker with support from President-elect Donald Trump.
Leaders of Nghe An province met with the Countrymen Association in Ho Chi Minh City.
You are watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị Minh Khai and I will be your guide through the day's latest update. A controversy has emerged within the political and legal circle in South Korea following the National Assembly's decision on January 3rd to withdraw the rebellion accusation from the ground for impeachment against President Yoon Suk Yeol at the Constitutional Court.
At the second preparatory session held on January 3rd at the Constitutional Court, the National Assembly's lawyers announced that they would withdraw the rebellion charge from the impeachment statement, citing that this charge falls under the jurisdiction of criminal courts. The National Assembly advocates for speeding up the impeachment trial by focusing solely on whether President Yoon Suk Yeol's declaration of martial law was unconstitutional. However, President Yoon Suk Yeol's legal team opposed this, arguing that the impeachment trial was convened based on the accusation of rebellion established by the plaintiff, the National Assembly. If the rebellion charge is removed, they contend that the impeachment itself would be flawed. The Constitutional Court is expected to make a decision on whether to include this accusation in the impeachment trial during the official hearing, scheduled for January 14th.
The re-election of Mike Johnson, the Republican politician from Louisiana, who was supported by Trump as Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives in the dramatic and unexpected vote on January 3rd, has become a significant victory for Trump on the very first day of the new U.S. Congress.
Trump quickly took to social media to congratulate Mike Johnson, saying, "Mike will be a great Speaker of the House, and our country will benefit. The American people have waited 4 years for truth, strength, and leadership. They will get it now. And America will be greater than ever." Mike Johnson was elected Speaker of the House in 2023 after his predecessor, Kevin McCarthy, was ousted, marking the first time in U.S. history this had occurred. Some members of the Republican Party had warned that delaying the election of a speaker could complicate the process of certifying the results of the presidential election from last November on January 6. The U.S. House of Representatives would be unable to function without a leader.
This morning, a delegation from the Nghe An Provincial Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, and the Vietnam Fatherland Front of Nghe An Province met with the Countrymen Association in the southern region of Ho Chi Minh City on the occasion of the New Year 2025, the Year of the Snake.
The meeting took place in a warm and friendly atmosphere between the provincial leaders and representatives of the Nghe An community living away from home in Ho Chi Minh City and neighboring provinces. In 2024, the Nghe An community in Ho Chi Minh City and surrounding provinces supported over 5 billion Vietnamese dongs to build 100 houses for the poor in the province, contributed to flood victims, donated scholarships and TED gifts for the poor, along with charitable activities for the community. The association has also fostered the spirit of mutual support by cooperating, assisting, connecting, and introducing investors, promoting trade and tourism products of Nghe An province, as well as calling on businesses to invest in economic and tourism development projects in the province.
Coming up next are some updated news.
The investment policy for the Hoa Industrial Zone 2 project at the Nam Cam Di Industrial Park, Gi Hong and Gi Dong communes, Gi Loc District, Nghe An province, with a total investment of 1,200 billion Vietnamese dongs, has just been approved. The goal of Hoa Industrial Zone 2 is to develop the infrastructure of the industrial park, creating clean land and integrated infrastructure to attract secondary projects for investment and business production activities. Hoa Group is a leading developer of industrial parks, integrated logistics, and utility solutions in Thailand, providing real estate amenities and serving industrial infrastructure. The group has over 30 years of experience in building and operating 13 industrial parks in Thailand.
The Vietnam Register Department has announced that it will develop a software system to integrate electronic inspection certificates. The system will link the electronic inspection certificates with the electronic identification account data of vehicle owners and the VNAID application. This initiative aims to simplify administrative procedures, reduce costs, and make it more convenient for citizens and relevant authorities in managing, using, and controlling these certificates. The issuance of electronic registration certificates will also help detect vehicles using fake registration certificates during inspections.
In 2024, the Ministry of Information and Communications reminded major cross-border platforms such as Facebook, Google, TikTok, Netflix, and Apple to comply with Vietnamese law. By December 2024, Facebook had blocked and removed nearly 9,000 pieces of content that undermined the party, state, and violated Vietnamese law. Google had blocked and removed over 6,000 pieces of violating content on YouTube, and TikTok had blocked and removed over 970 violating pieces of content. In total, cross-border platforms like Facebook, Google, and TikTok had removed nearly 15,000 pieces of content that violated Vietnamese law in 2024.
The image of country and people of Vietnam have now become familiar and dear to international friends. With a special love for Vietnam, Mae Sa, a student from Luang Prabang, Laos, has created vibrant clips to promote the culture, history, and people of Vietnam to the world.
Having had a special affection for the country and people of Vietnam since her childhood, Mae Sa decided to pursue her university studies in Vietnam starting in 2019. Despite receiving numerous special scholarships from the United States, Japan, and Singapore,
I have applied for many scholarships and received feedback. However, I have refused some scholarships because I found them unsuitable. It's different to study in Vietnam.
in the places that Mae Sa has visited, the cultural and historical stories of the two nations, Vietnam and Laos, that the Laos student has experienced are vividly recreated through over 300 clips in the past 5 years. These clips not only offer a fresh perspective but also highlight the unique cultural aspects and the glorious historical traditions of the two nations, Vietnam and Laos.
It can be said that Mae Sa's clips were presented in a humorous and fun way.
I am pro-end of Mae Sa's clips. Thanks to them, I love Vietnam more. I learned from her a lot.
These special clips have helped Mae Sa win a special award for external communication in 2024 from the Vietnamese government. Mae Sa's viral clips, with millions of views on social media, not only bring the beautiful values of Vietnamese culture to the beautiful country of Laos but also serve as a way for her to express her special love for Vietnam and its people, further strengthening the special friendship between Vietnam and Laos.
That is the end of today's news. Thanks for your watching and see you next time.